Anybody else like watching Shaqtin' a Fool? I know I sure do. But I was talking to a friend of mine and he said, why does Shaq publicly broadcast the mistakes of the NBA? And then I thought to myself about a comment that I saw online about how a top 5 tier NBA player's agent called Shaq and said, I don't want my client being on Shaqtin' a Fool. And when you say top 5 tier NBA player, you're thinking either LeBron, Steph, KD, James, Russell, Kawhi. These are the top 5 tier players. One of them had their agent call Shaq to not be on there. And so now I'm thinking to myself, is Shaqtin' a Fool bad for the NBA? Let's talk about that on the Reliable NBA. Now, when I think of Shaqtin' a Fool, I think of the lighter side of the NBA. I think of bloopers. I think of funny plays and little errors that happen here and there that just makes you laugh. It's not always the bad plays that just look terrible when it comes to basketball. It's just really out of the ordinary things that would just kind of make you laugh. Because when the casual person watches NBA, they just see coaches yelling, players yelling, plays being ran. They just see the serious professionalism of basketball. But for those people who really get into the game, they watch behind the scenes workouts and stuff, and how players go to each other's houses. We follow some players on Instagram and Snap, and we see how happy they can be. If you follow Richard Jefferson on Snapchat, he plays for the Cavaliers, you can see how fun the Cavs can be off the court. A lot of people don't see that. Now Shaq, just for the people who don't see that, Shaq can really broadcast that to everybody else. When you think of James Harden, when James Harden was put on Shaqtin' a Fool for his defense, and people are like, oh, James Harden doesn't play defense. When you think of James Harden, you don't immediately think, oh, he has no D. And even if you do, the second thing you think about is that it doesn't really matter because he's probably one of the greatest point guards this season right now. He's one of the maybe all-time shooting guards that ever played the game. He's probably going to go down as one of the best Rockets player in franchise history. You don't think about, oh, he doesn't really play defense. He has lackluster defense. When LeBron James was on Shaqtin' a Fool and he airballed that layup on a fast break, that's not the first thing you think about. You think about how he's probably the greatest player to ever play. You think about how if he wins the championship this season, he's going to be better than Michael Jordan. Let's take some serious Shaqtin' a Fool plays, like someone like JaVale McGee, who really always gets on Shaqtin' a Fool. Now, if people don't even know who JaVale McGee is and what he does, they think that man's just a fool. The way he plays the game, he does a bunch of silly stuff. But right now, JaVale McGee is the backup center on the #1 team in the NBA right now. All right? And when Zaza Pachulia went down and JaVale McGee filled in, he did his job. All right? Even though he still made Shaqtin' a Fool with some plays, JaVale McGee is still a great 7-foot defensive alley-oop catching center. Same thing with Nick Young. When Nick Young had that crazy play where he turned around and he hit the little no-look three and it didn't go in, Nick Young's still the starting shooting guard for the Los Angeles Lakers, and he was averaging 16 points per game. They were in playoff contention, even though they slipped out because of injuries. Even though these players get on Shaqtin' a Fool a lot, they're still great players. If you agree with me, go ahead and share the video. If you disagree and you think Shaqtin' a Fool is actually bad for the NBA, leave a comment down below. But if you do like Shaqtin' a Fool, go ahead, thumbs up the video, like the video, subscribe. I just was kind of ranting. This was kind of a different video. But other than that, thanks for watching.